Your brain actively rewrites itself during deep realization. We often talk about transcendence as some purely mystical state, but what if that feeling of total connection is actually a biological event? Think of it like your internal circuitry suddenly finding a perfect shortcut, a massive efficiency upgrade in real time. When you hit one of those flow states or experience profound insight, certain neurotrophic signals get dialed up high. These growth factors are the construction crews. They promote synaptic plasticity by strengthening connections and allowing neurons to form completely new pathways. It means that peak moments of focus aren't just good feelings. They literally restructure your mind using precise biological instructions. The sense of deep insight, or what we call flow, is far from just a state of mind. It is measurable chemistry. When your focus hits that perfect point, your brain isn't simply relaxing. It is actively rebuilding itself. Imagine building complex infrastructure in minutes. That speed of structural change happens when neurotrophic factors are upregulating BDNF levels. These growth proteins essentially act as the architects for synaptic plasticity in areas like the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex. This shift allows those profound realizations to stick, fundamentally rewriting how you perceive reality. We're looking at moments where internal biological maintenance drives global coherence. It's not enough that the brain can change its wiring when we focus intensely. What this research suggests is far deeper. It implies that our subjective sense of connection, of being part of a bigger whole, isn't just feeling, it's an actual homeostatic event within the nervous system. Think of it like city plumbing instantly upgrading itself during rush hour to handle infinite demand. The neurotrophic systems are running continuous structural maintenance when we enter those states of deep insight or flow, which means something nobody expected for how quickly our perceived reality can be reorganized from the inside out, driven by glial cell signaling and systemic coherence. We aren't just changing thoughts, we're recalibrating biology itself. It turns out that those moments of absolute flow or profound insight aren't just subjective feelings. They are biological rewiring events in real time. Think of your brain not as static hardware, but like wet clay constantly being shaped by intense focus. When we experience deep presence, there's a rush. A transient upregulation of BDNF supporting rapid synaptic plasticity in critical areas. It is the mechanism that allows us to actually change our minds. But some skeptical neuroscientists argue this correlation doesn't prove causation at all. Who is right? If your brain can literally sculpt itself during contemplation, what does that mean for human evolution? You need to see how we might start measuring these shifts. It's not just that your thoughts are changing. It is how your actual hardware is rewriting itself in real time. When those deep insights hit you, that sense of ultimate connection, your brain isn't idling, it's actively building better pathways. Think of neurotrophic factors like specialized biological construction crews arriving to reinforce the most important blueprints. They support this incredible reorganization across vast networks. The receptor fires, plasticity happens. But how that micro-level repair translates into a global sense of coherence? That systemic integration, where your biology starts mirroring the universe's rhythm, is what changes everything about our current understanding. You have to see it all, right? We thought deep insight was just a mental state, a happy accident of focus. We assumed it happened to you. But what if profound moments aren't something that happens, but something your brain is actively building? Think of neurotrophins not as simple survival proteins, but like biological construction crews arriving inside the mind during quiet introspection. They are literally rewiring and reinforcing connections while you sit still. The system isn't just reacting to experience, it's self-optimizing in real time. If your subjective state can be tracked by these internal shifts, then how do we measure a feeling that is, quite literally, changing the architecture of who you are? We used to assume that profound moments, the flash of true insight, a feeling of absolute connection, were purely abstract, just elegant thoughts happening inside your head. But what if they are something else? What if these peaks aren't merely subjective experiences, but measurable chemical signatures? Imagine the brain actively remodeling itself in real time, not because you told it to, but because of a specific trophic shift. A kind of biological surge that literally builds new pathways for awareness. It means deep experience is governed by growth factors like BDNF, driving massive synaptic reorganization, a living rewiring event. But here's the contradiction. If these shifts are so fundamentally real and quantifiable in your biology, why haven't we figured out how to measure them while you're actually having that moment? The evidence points to something profound, not just mystical. It's biological rewriting happening in real time. When you enter a state of deep focus or pure presence, your brain isn't just relaxing, it is actively constructing new pathways, like an architect renovating a city while people still live there. This neuroplastic surge, often driven by factors like BDNF, shows that profound subjective experience has a measurable biochemical root. Your takeaway? Start looking inward for these biological signals of shift. Listen to the quiet changes in your mental chemistry. It's not just about feeling good, it's watching the hardware upgrade itself. The full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com. We have moved beyond correlation. We are looking at causation. Moments of profound insight aren't just random flashes of genius, they are the brain performing systemic upgrades. Imagine your mind not as fixed hardware, but as constantly optimizing software that rewires itself during deep states of focus. This trophic signaling is nature's way of saying, improvement requires investment. Your takeaway isn't to chase feeling good, it is to intentionally practice self-awareness while you are in the act. Learn to notice those subtle biological shifts before they crest into a complete realization. The full research archive is at jmthomasofficial.com.